How's it going, YouTube? How's it going? How's it going? Beast 24/7 here, starting up some new gameplay of a game that was recently released. It's called Squad. Being a 24-year, 7-month veteran of the United States Army, I can tell you firsthand this is the most realistic combat I've seen in a game in a long time. So without further ado, I'm going to start up Squad here, and we'll take you through the training course. And within the next month or so, within this next upcoming month, I'll be posting videos on actual gameplay. So check me out, subscribe, and hit a brother up, and we'll get in a squad. The keyboard layout, as you just saw, is pretty much how you play the game. Here's a keyboard layout again. This will pop up for you till you get to actually know it by heart. I've actually had some gameplay in this game already, and it's very good. It's awesome, especially the fight for Fallujah in Iraq. If you don't know where Fallujah is, it actually reminded me of being there. It's really good gameplay. I guess I'll be posting that later on too as well. But we'll run you guys through the training session.
Welcome to the Regional Training Center where you conduct your workout before you deploy. You've already been through basic, but since you likely forgot already, we're going to cover the fundamentals. Your compass at the bottom of your display is essential to figuring out which way you're going. Orders from your squad and fire team leaders will also appear here. Now head northwest towards the obstacle course.
That's what the training base looks like. Let's go up to the Takeover obstacle course.
We need some remedial instruction on how to push the freaking earth. Do it again. Let's see what you're made of. Get your ass to this obstacle course.
I left the in-game hints on for you so you can see how to actually do this without guessing. And you can turn it on, turn it off in your options menu as well.
Open over the obstacle, jump up to reach the top and pull yourself over. Looks like you need some help, so why don't you ask your fellow knucklehead over there to help you over this wall.
Fellow knucklehead, complete.
Balance yourself on those beams and get to the other side. If you fall, you gotta start again. This next evolution will get you used to what it's like to be under fire. You will be stressed, and this is a live fire exercise. Keep your head down and keep moving.
And we actually do this.
Keep your head down and keep moving. How are you going to react when you're in this situation for real? Keep moving. I am absolutely astonished you're not dead. Get yourself geared up and get to the next station.
So that's actually, we actually do that basic
Will be
training.
about field dressings. The standard issue field dressing is critical for stopping all kinds of bleeding and trauma. Not only can you use it on yourself, but to also stabilize other wounds in the field, as you will see in the next station. Use the field dressing on the seemingly incapacitated man on the ground.
Thanks.
Welcome to my main base. There's a number of things you can do here, from weapons familiarization to learning about how you can communicate with your squad. Go around and take a look, and when you're done, head to the motor pool at the end of the base.
Alright, I'm going to show you guys everything that's here.
This is an example of some of the ways you can be deployed in the field. A rally point is only for you and your squad, while the big bunker-looking structure is a hab. Habs are meant for your entire team and are found only on forward operating bases or FOBs. In both circumstances, you will need to rearm your weapons from any nearby sources before moving out.
So you use the radio as a rally point for your squad members to just respawn on, which is nice. This is your base, your FOB radio, forward operating base radio. This is how you get more ammunition. And a hab is no more than a bunch of HESCO barriers formed into a bunker that everybody, when they first spawn, they spawn into this so they're relatively safe, and then they move out and go to combat. Communications. Make sure you have a microphone. Your microphone is key. You must have a working microphone for this
Listen
game.
up. Communication is critical to surviving in a battlefield. Local comms allow you to talk with friendlies within a radius around you. Very useful for on-the-fly comms, inter-vehicle comms, and generally just getting the attention of the man next to you. Also, you're issued a squad radio, which you can use to talk with your entire squad no matter where they are on the field. This right here is the tactical map, where you can see all your friendly positions, orders from your squad leaders, and reports of the enemy activity.
Now, all this is on your TAC map. You can hit M to bring up your map when you're in combat, or you can hit your tab button as well to bring up a
The
contextual
map is
map.
divided up into grids. Each grid is designated by a letter and a number. If you want to be more specific, each grid is further divided into sectors as laid out on a number pad on a standard keyboard.
This is a typical military grid coordinates and how it works.
Alright, if you look over here, this little diorama represents the armor distribution on M1A2 main battle tank. In order for an anti-tank weapon to deal any damage, it needs to be able to penetrate the armor. No penetration, no fun.
For an Abrams to take damage, you look right here at the model. Obviously the underplate and the strong armor is in blue, the weak armor is in red. Weak armor being tracks area and stuff like that on the back of the
All
hatch,
vehicles have various
the
components that
back
can take
of
damage,
the
the most
actual
common being
vehicle
the
itself
engine.
by the
There are other parts like
exhaust.
wheels, tracks, turrets, and even ammunition stores that can take damage and affect the vehicle in different ways.
Over here's different
Here
types
are
of
some of the light
vehicles.
vehicles that you might encounter. Often they're the logistics trucks meant to carry supplies, or civilian vehicles adapted for use on the battlefield.
Yeah, your supply trucks, your rocket artillery trucks, stuff like that. Stuff you'll typically find in Afghanistan, Iraq, and most third world countries is like a pickup truck that's been conformed into something.
If you look over here, you may encounter some of these wheeled vehicles. Often they're used for troop transport, but also can put down a decent amount of firepower downrange. I highly recommend you do not use these as frontline units or you're likely to get your butt shot off. But honestly, I wouldn't feel too bad about that.
So this is pretty accurately correct. The wheeled IFV, which is a LAV 6, it is a Canadian vehicle. This is true. The M1126 wheeled APC. Okay, it's called a wheeled APC. Here in the game, in actual Army, it is known as a striker vehicle. In fact, I was blown up in one in 2007, so I know exactly what a striker vehicle is. And you got your MRAPs and your stuff like that.
If you look over here on this board are some of the heavy track vehicles you might encounter. Big freaking monsters like the main battle tank and the infantry fighting vehicle could be your best friend or worst enemy depending on which side you're on. Often they require a lot of anti-tank weaponry to take down.
All right, so it goes from the not the Hueys, the Blackhawks for us, the Brits, and the Hips for the Russians, which is normal. It's their common vehicle. And our main battle tanks, the M1A2 Abrams and the M2A3 Bradley fighting vehicle, along with the British FVs, Canadian Leopards, Leopard 2 actually, and BMPs for your Russians and your Afghani and Iraqi counterparts of the This is what everybody would look like. Canadian forces would be wearing these types of uniforms. Now you must know what your enemies look like because there are no enemy markers, enemy markers whatsoever to identify an enemy other than what they are wearing on their person. So if you're going against an insurgent fight, this is what the insurgents would be wearing. So you must know thy enemy before going into combat. And over here, you got the Russian forces, irregular forces, British forces was what Brits wear, and of course what the U.S. forces wear. Let's go check out some weapons.
This is your standard issue rifle. It may come in different forms and attachment configurations, but it does what any good infantry weapon does best: suppress and kill the enemy. All riflemen and support roles carry this as their primary weapon. The best way for you to shoot is in single shots. Take a moment between each shot and make sure you're still on target.
Yes, single shot is the best way because you'll save ammo. However, if you hit your middle mouse wheel, you push it down once, it goes to automatic fire, which is good for up close, but is not good for far away targets. Because of the rise of the muzzle, you might be able to hit a distant target, but 9 times out of 10 you want to do it with a single shot. That is your M4 variant of the assault rifle.
Automatic riflemen and machine gunners carry a machine gun like this to the field. Firing from a supported position, these weapons are highly effective at suppressing the enemy and can deliver the firepower of a team of riflemen.
This automatic rifle is known in the Army as a SAW, squad automatic weapon. It fires 5.56 belt length ammunition. And if you want to hit these targets at distance, you can watch, it's called plunging fire. You shoot and see where your rounds land and you adjust accordingly. You can see dust pop up in the background, and you can have your squad leader or one of your team leaders in this game adjust your fire up, down, left, or right according to the splatter of the target. It's called plunging fire. It's actually used in the Army and most all military. Up close, it's direct shot. Pretty simple. Reloading is realistic. This is actually how you reload a saw. Squad automatic weapon. It's very realistic.
This is a marksman issue with a high caliber rifle designed to reach out and touch the enemy from further ranges than a standard issue rifle. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Take your time when it comes to these crucial shots.
As a sniper, always want to use your bipods. Bipods and scope are the best things to use. It's not hard. At distance, you want to aim a little higher than normal. Especially if you're going anything past 200 meters.
If you run out of ammo on your primary, your sidearm is your next best friend in emergency situations. Pistols are not designed to be effective at longer ranges, so don't try and hit a fly at 100 meters.
Typical M9. If you're not up close and personal with them, it wouldn't even hit it like that one. Might be able to, but it's going to take you some practice because your aim has got to be dead on. As you can tell, you can lean left and you can lean right and shoot as well. Right there to head and reload. There you go for the weapons.
Hand grenades are incredibly dangerous and should be treated with respect. However, they are a great means of clearing out a room and a group of enemies. All rolls are issued with these, either in the fragmentation or smoke variety for concealment.
Alright, your left mouse button is your overhand throw. Your right mouse button is your underhand throw. Underhand throw looks like this. So you want to adjust your hand to where you want to throw it. Make sure you get out there far enough so you don't injure yourself. Overhand throw looks exactly like this. Use your thumb to figure out where you want to throw it. The more closer to you, thumb goes down. Further away from you, thumb goes up. Let's put it about right there. And you can adjust your throwing style per the game, as you can tell. And that is actually what a grenade looks like when it explodes in real life, just so
Grenadiers
you
in your
know.
squad carry a grenade launcher slung under their primary weapon. These fire 40mm grenades and are highly effective against infantry in the open and light vehicles. Just remember the grenades need a few meters arm, so you can't fire these at point-blank range.
The M203 is an area weapon. It is meant to clear out an area. It is not a direct fire weapon. It can be direct fire weapon, but it takes over 50 meters for it to arm itself. Like here. See, right at 50 meters, it arms itself and then it explodes. Anything less than that, it will not explode. I'll show you what I mean. Well, I guess in the game it does explode, but it ain't supposed to. It's supposed to arm itself. There you go, M203.
Anti-tank rolls are issued with rocket launchers that, depending on their yield, can damage and destroy enemy vehicles. The rockets need a bit of distance to arm, so avoid firing these at close range. The launcher also fires a deadly backblast, so make sure your rear is clear before firing.
The backblast will hurt you. It can actually kill you. Close range. You heard it bounce off. It didn't do anything. Didn't explode. Didn't do anything because it needs range to arm itself. So you aim at the tank out here. There you go. Explosion. And you can also use the law for troops as well, other than vehicles, in the open. If you just aim at this area, and it'll take them out as well. Alright, how to use binoculars and use the how to figure out how far someone is away. If a man is 200 meters away, as indicated here with a 200-meter mark in the red guy furthest to your right, you're going to measure the guy at distance. If the guy is shorter at distance, and you just move the bar over till he touches the top and bottom, and that's the distance he's at, as you can see from the 600-meter red guy in the center. And it looks like this. So at distance, this guy is exactly, look at the, so you can line it up, 200 meters. Exactly 200 meters. Now over here is another guy, right here, that's at 400 meters, simulated. These little short guys, put it right in there, he's around 600 meters. So you see how you measure that? It's pretty simple. And we'll move on this tutorial of the training camp.
Before you move out, you need to pick up your Rolf kit. Typically, you will automatically deploy into the battle with your loadout already equipped, but you can also change it while in the field from ammo crates such as these, or from vehicles if they have enough ammo on board. Hey soldier, stop playing grab-ass over there. Your squad needs a new habit, their fob, and they don't have enough supplies. Load up the freaking truck with construction ammo supplies, now.
Load the truck up with ammo and construction supplies. 800, it tells you how much you want. So let's load that up. till you get the right number in there. 800 construction, 800 ammo.
Alright, enough of that, soldier. Get that
And
truck
we're
started
done.
and drive it up the road to the fob. Let's go.
Alright, here I was telling you about the strikers. This is a striker vehicle. It is a realistic depiction of an actual striker vehicle. This is another striker vehicle. I was in a striker brigade from 2005 2007. I actually got blown up in one, so I know exactly what strikers do and what they can't do. So this is actually realistic, and this here is an MRAP. So there you have a little military history. Alright, start it up, push the E button, get the motor started, just go to where I need to be. Driving with keyboard and mouse sort of looks a little jerky, but it actually gets you from point A to point B.
Holy crap, I am absolutely amazed you possibly made it here. I guess there isn't just empty space in that grave of yours. Now get the supplies off the freaking truck now, let's go.
And we gotta download the same supplies we uploaded.
Your squad leader has put down the stakes for where the new hab is going to go. Get your shovel out and build it up, soldier.
Okay, so we have to come over here, we have to get the shovel out, which is a entrenching tool in the army. We call it the E tool. And you must use your left mouse button to start digging and building your hab, which is your HESCO barriers, which is going to make your bunker. But before I finish, I want to show you something real, because I know what's going to happen as soon as I finish that. So over here is a tow missile, and to enter it, you do this. You want to change it out. Now, it takes a while to unload and reload a tow missile. The tow missile is a wire-guided missile used by 11 hotels in the Army, which are infantry guys trained in how to use a tow missile. I was not a tow missile gunner. I was 11 Bravo my whole career. And this is what it looks like when you fire it. And you must maintain your sight picture until it fires. Saw the guided missile? If not, we'll do it again. There's a wire, a little black wire comes out at the back of it that guides the actual missile itself. Watch for the little black wire in the air. There's that little black wire that just fell to the ground. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that, even though there's, just so you know, when you get out there on the battlefield, you're not going, what is this? Alright, I'm going to continue digging.
Alright, good work there, warrior. Hopefully this will hold up better than that last one. We set up a mock scenario where you will need to execute the technique of fire and maneuver to advance on the enemy. Suppress the enemy machine gun positions and use the lull in their fire to advance.
Alright, we're going to crouch and we're going to advance. It's called fire and maneuver. If they're firing at you, you can't fire at them. You fire at them, they can't fire at you.
They may be firing rubber bullets, but they hurt. Keep it up. Remember, fire and maneuver. Fire and maneuver. Get some lead down range and give them a reason to keep their heads down. Once you get closer to the target building, you'll see another squad dressed up as the enemy. They will open fire if they see you, so make sure you take them down before they smoke your ass.
Got him. You can run while crouched. It's a little slower than normal running, but you can sprint while you're crouched as long as you have stamina. Now, when we get used to where everything's at.
Alright, get to that freaking door. If you got a grenade, it would behoove you to use it now.
Pile the room. Make sure everybody's dead. Yep, I guess everybody is dead. Pile the room. He's dead. He's dead.
Clear the building all the way to the roof. Make sure you get every last one of them. Good work clearing that building,
Alright,
soldier.
got him.
One of your jobs on the battlefield as an infantryman is to take and hold ground. As you have just cleared the capture zone of all enemy forces, you can now capture the structure for your team. Be advised, objective is being secured.
So we're now securing the area. As you can tell in the upper right hand corner, target building Westminster is being secured.
The objective has been locked down. Freaking-tastic. Now let's get to the good stuff. Our last exercise here is to destroy the enemy's fob radio, located behind the target building. Go up to it and destroy it with the provided engineer C4 charge.
So you want to place it down there. So you hit your left mouse button, put it down, go get behind cover, and lay down. It's got a 30-second fuse on it, so after 30 seconds it will detonate. You don't have to detonate it yourself.
Taking down the enemy fob, one of their primary means of reinforcement. There are alternative means of taking down enemy fobs such as a shovel, but explosives tend to be the most effective. Thinking about boots like you in charge of C4 is what keeps me up at night, but you somehow managed not to blow yourself up. So that's good, I guess. This concludes your infantry pre-deployment training. There are still many aspects of the battlefield that only experience can teach you, so learn from your buddies and trust your squad leaders. If you need more practice on a particular weapon system or vehicle, the Jensen's range facility is available at any time. Good luck out there, soldier.
And this ends the tutorial of the actual training camp, boot camp, more or less, of the actual game called Squad. Sorry for the length of this, but I'm going to give you guys a full tutorial before you get started on the battlefield. If you liked my content, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and make sure you get all my uploads on the upcoming Squad within the near future. Have a good one.